Animals spend most of their lives doing what you'd expect, hunting, eating, surviving, but some animals do something a little different. They get high, not by accident, not because they're tricked into it. These animals, they actively seek it out again and again, chasing a buzz just like humans do, and some of them go to insane lengths to get their fix. We're talking about dolphins passing around a live pufferfish like a hallucinogenic toy, taking turns getting high off its poison. Jaguars chewing on psychedelic plants so strong they send humans on all-night hallucinogenic visions, and wallabies breaking into legally protected opium fields just to get high off the very same poppies used to make morphine and heroin. This isn't random, this isn't a mistake. These animals know exactly what they're doing. Why do they do this? What does it actually do to them? And just how far will these animals go to keep the party going? You've heard of party animals. But today we're talking about something different. These are the real drug users of the animal kingdom. Dolphins are some of the smartest animals in the ocean. They play, they form tight social groups, they communicate with clicks and whistles that some scientists believe might even function as a language. But their intelligence also makes them curious, experimental, mischievous, and sometimes it makes them reckless because these playful, brilliant animals, they've figured out how to get high. Out in the ocean, dolphins have been caught on camera deliberately messing with pufferfish. At first glance, it almost looks like a game, but one dolphin nudges the pufferfish, then another takes a turn, then another. They pass it around like a beach ball, never biting too hard, never trying to eat it. But this isn't a game, it's something else. See, pufferfish are one of the most toxic animals in the ocean. Their bodies release tetrodotoxin, a deadly neurotoxin so powerful that just a tiny amount can shut down a predator's nervous system in minutes. It's the same poison that can kill humans if a pufferfish isn't prepared correctly as sushi. But dolphins, they've figured out the dosage. They don't kill the pufferfish. They stress it out just enough to make it release a small amount of toxin, just enough to get a buzz. And what happens next? They float. They roll just below the surface, their movements slow and dreamlike, their eyes half-lidded, locked in a trance. They drift together in a way that looks intentional, like they're just existing in the moment. One scientist described it as deliberate, another compared it to a group of teenagers passing around a joint, and honestly, that's exactly what it looks like, and this isn't just a one-time fluke. In 2014, a BBC documentary crew captured something no one had ever filmed before. Young male dolphins carefully handling a pufferfish, taking turns biting it, then floating in a daze. It was so eerily human-like that researchers started asking, are dolphins doing this on purpose? And if they are, why? Some scientists believe it's just for fun. That dolphins, just like humans, experiment with altered states of consciousness. Others think the toxin heightens their senses, making their echolocation stronger, their perception sharper. Some even suggest it's a social bonding ritual, that dolphins get high together, just like humans share experiences. But the truth, we don't know for sure. What we do know is that this is intentional. They seek it out, they control the dose, and they seem to enjoy it. But dolphins aren't the only animals with a taste for mind-altering substances, because our next creature, it gets high on something much, much stronger. And sometimes it gets so high, it forgets how to walk. Australia is home to some of the toughest animals on the planet. Kangaroos that can box, snakes that can kill in a single bite, and spiders the size of your hand. But one of its most unexpected troublemakers? Wallabies. They look harmless. Cute even. Small, bouncy, wide-eyed little creatures that seem like they wouldn't hurt a fly. But in reality, some wallabies have developed a serious drug habit. And their dealer, the Australian government. See, Australia is one of the largest producers of legal opium in the world. Massive fields of poppies are grown under strict regulations, supplying the raw material for painkillers like morphine and codeine. These farms are fenced off, heavily monitored, protected from human thieves. But no one expected the wallabies. Farmers started noticing strange things happening to their crops. Perfectly circular trails stomped into the poppy fields. Entire sections flattened overnight. It didn't make sense until security cameras caught the culprits. Wallabies were breaking into the poppy farms, and they weren't just eating the plants, they were getting high. Turns out, poppies contain natural opiates, the same chemicals that make heroin and morphine so addictive, and when wallabies eat enough, they enter a drugged-out haze, their eyes glassy, their movements slow and uncoordinated, and then they hop in circles over and over, Farmers started calling them stoned wallabies because once they got a taste, they just kept coming back for more. Government officials eventually had to step in because the wallabies were ruining entire crops. These fields were worth millions in pharmaceutical production, and here were drugged-up marsupials bouncing through them like it was a festival. And this isn't just a one-time thing. Wallabies have been doing this for years. Some scientists believe they seek out the high deliberately, just like dolphins with pufferfish. Others think it's accidental. Maybe they stumbled onto the poppies and just liked how it made them feel. But one thing is clear, these animals didn't just try it once, they went back again and again and again. Because when wallabies get high, they keep the party going. But if you think stoned kangaroos hopping in circles is crazy, our next animal takes things to a whole other level, because this one, it doesn't just get high, it trips hard. The Amazon jungle is one of the wildest places on Earth. It's home to some of the deadliest predators, the strangest creatures, and the most bizarre natural phenomena we've ever discovered. But deep in the rainforest, there's something else, something even more mysterious. Jaguars, not just hunting, not just stalking, tripping. Out in the jungle, jaguars have been caught chewing on the yarg vine. At first glance, this might not seem that strange. Plenty of animals chew on plants, but the yarg vine isn't just any plant. It's the same plant used by Amazonian shamans to make ayahuasca, one of the most powerful hallucinogens in the world. To put this in perspective, humans who take ayahuasca report visions, out-of-body experiences, even contact with spirits. Some describe it as life-changing, others as terrifying. It's so strong that entire spiritual ceremonies are built around it. And jaguars, they just walk up and start eating it, and then they change. At first their movements slow down. They lie on their backs, rolling around like house cats playing with catnip. Their pupils dilate. They start twitching. Then, after a while, some of them start doing something even weirder, hunting invisible prey. Jaguars have been seen stalking, pouncing, and swiping at things that aren't there. Scientists have no idea what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, or if they even know what's real, and yet they keep coming back. This isn't a one-time experiment. Jaguars have been observed returning to the same vines over and over again. So the big question is, why? Some researchers believe the vine heightens their senses, sharpening their vision and reflexes for hunting. Others think it's a form of self-medication, helping them purge parasites from their system. And then there's the craziest theory of all. What if jaguars are just getting hyped for the experience? Because if dolphins can pass around pufferfish like a hallucinogenic toy, and if wallabies can break into government-run poppy fields, then maybe, just maybe, jaguars have figured out something we don't understand yet, something primal, something deep in the animal brain that, just like in humans, seeks out altered states of consciousness, and that changes everything we thought we knew about wildlife. So what did we just learn? Dolphins are passing around live pufferfish like a drug cartel. Wallabies are breaking into government-protected poppy fields to get high on opium. And jaguars are chewing on one of the most powerful hallucinogens in the world and tripping so hard they start hunting ghosts. And none of this is accidental. These animals aren't being tricked. They aren't being poisoned against their will. They are actively seeking out these experiences. And that raises a huge question. Why? Are they doing it for fun, the same way humans chase a buzz? Are they unlocking some hidden evolutionary advantage, like sharper senses, better reflexes, heightened awareness? Or is there something else? Is the desire to alter consciousness somehow built into nature itself? Because if dolphins, wallabies, and jaguars are doing this, how many other animals are getting high in ways we haven't even discovered yet? The truth is, we don't know. But one thing's for sure. Humans, we're not the only ones looking for a good time. If you love weird, mind-blowing animal facts like this, don't forget to chew at that subscribe button and become a part of our community.